everybody, it's Kaylin here at Full Purpose and Heart with one of my much anticipated videos that I always look forward to making because I am talking about curriculum selections. I always love looking for curriculum and looking through curriculum, making curriculum. That's one of the joys of homeschooling for me, and probably one of the reasons why I do it is because it's just really fun for me. So I've got several things here that I want to show you of what I'm going to be doing with my K4 or junior kindergartner this coming year. So junior kindergarten, in case you don't know, is the season of life that's beyond preschool, but not quite kindergarten. So because I teach preschool here at home, my daughter started preschool absurdly early. So she's been doing formal preschool for 2 years, and because she's a fall birthday, she technically has 2 more years of formal preschool before she's eligible for kindergarten in the public school system. Well, thank goodness for homeschool, I can move her along as I see fit. So we will be starting junior kindergarten this year. So in doing that, I have a lot of selections here that I want to show you. Hopefully you'll get some ideas. What I would recommend when I watch these curriculum videos is I usually have like a little piece of paper next to me and something to write with. And as a selection or a resource pops up that I talk about, if you find it useful to you, I would recommend that you just write that resource down and then you can look into it a little bit later. Some of these resources, I may have a look in the book for you, or maybe for an older grade level, there might be a look in the book for you. And you can kind of get an idea. If there's not, leave a comment below and I'll be more than happy to do a look in the book, because investing in resources and curriculum is definitely something that I don't take lightly. It is an expense, it is an investment, and so I want to make sure that you feel confident in what it is that you're choosing for your kiddo. Okay, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so when I teach my K4 students or junior kindergarten students, I like to focus on 2 subjects. All I work on is language arts and math. I do throw in some fun stuff with science here and there, and usually they pick up some social studies. Well, at least my daughter will, because my older student will be working on social studies. So social studies and science, she'll kind of pick up those subjects because we'll be doing them with her older brother, but I don't necessarily include them as a part of her curriculum. Now, I do have 2 books here, I think. Nope, just one. I have one book here that is science-based, so you will see that as it comes through, but I do have lots of stuff that I'm going to show you. So I'm actually going to show you this stuff in no particular order, with the exception of the very beginning. I will show you what I start our school day with every single day and have been starting our school day with for the last 3 years since we've been homeschooling, and that is their daily learning notebook and their phonics journal. So I probably used the wrong, I think that this is a notebook and this is a journal, but you get the right idea. So the first thing that we do every day is we have this little notebook, and this is the one that she's doing this year. And it's pretty messy. She still has a little bit of practice with motor skills and cutting and coloring, but essentially what it is an interactive notebook. If you're not familiar with that term, then it's a notebook where you get a separate piece of paper that has, in this case, a letter on it, or this is like short CVC words. And it's a page that you can color and cut and then paste, and it makes kind of a little activity, I guess you could say, on the page. So for example, these ones are doors, and underneath them, if you can't see there, then there's a picture of a girl patting, and then it says pat. So they're going to be practicing the word pat. Now, this was not a great example because it's later on in the year, but in the beginning, you'll see here, this is for the letter F. This is a page that I made. It's available on my Teachers Pay Teachers shop. Actually, this is my free one, so you can have it. But you see here, so it's like, this is the letter F, and then you open the doors, and each one of these, as it pops out, then these are all words that start with F, okay? So it's just kind of a fun activity where the student gets to color, cut, and paste all in like one thing. And we typically do one activity 3 times a week. So for example, this is the letter H. We would draw something that starts with H. This is the letter H, shop. So inside the bag, there are lots of H activities. I see I'm kind of far away. You might not be able to see very good. And then this is just another color, cut, and paste activity, okay? So she would do one on each day. Now, in our upcoming school year, I'm gonna actually scoot a little bit closer here so you can see these books a little better as we go along. Hopefully that'll be a little better. Anyway, so what was I saying? In the upcoming school year, I haven't decided how many days of school she's going to do. Now, she really loves doing school when her brother's doing school. He will be going into 2nd grade. So there's a pretty high chance that she's going to be doing school 4 to 5 days a week, kind of depending on how I work that out. You'll have to follow along. I will be posting that video when I get our schedule all organized on how we will run our homeschool day. Things are always changing, especially as the kids are growing older. So I will be sure and share that with you. But at this point, I'm not exactly sure what that's going to look like. So she will do that book, and then we are going to move on to our daily learning notebook. Her brother is going to have one of these, and she is going to have one of these. And this is just a writing folder, and hers is going to have this content. She will practice writing her name, as you see she's doing right now. This is from Erica over at Confessions of a Homeschooler, these next three pages. And these are just days of the week. We find the number day, we write it, just some more practice. I have printed a calendar page. This particular resource I got from Teachers Pay Teachers. And I have them just trace the number day that we are on. And then I have some kind of number of the week that we are learning. This page, again, is a Teachers Pay Teachers resource from someone. It's not labeled, so I can't tell you, and I've had it for a really long time. It's actually interesting because if you go back to my very first video that I ever posted on YouTube about my homeschool life, then this is the resource that I'm talking about, and a lot of these pages are the same resource that I had back when I started with my son all those years ago. So the content is the same. After those 3 pages, then we do 1 skill page a day. So in this particular part of the binder, I have all of the skill pages for the month. And these skill pages are, they're seasoned. So each month of the year, there's a different theme. So April, it's got rain and all that kind of stuff because we're in April right now. And she's doing it right now. So I will actually graduate her into a more kindergarten level of these activities. These are more preschool aged, but she does 1 of these each day, okay? So each page is a little bit different, and it just helps her practice both math and literature skills, okay? So she's gonna do her daily learning notebook each day, and she'll do one of her phonics. And then the rest of the day is gonna kind of bounce around between all of these resources that I have here that I'm gonna show you, okay? Again, get that piece of paper and a pencil out. If something kind of moves you and you're excited about it or you wanna look more into it, then I would write it down, and then after you watch all of your videos that you wanna watch, then you can look into the ones that are the best, okay? So number 1, this is a Scholastic product. I actually am a Scholastic classroom because I teach preschool. I went ahead and I filled out the form, and now I have Scholastic magazines and stuff that we order. Lots of stuff from every month. So anyway, this is, as you can see, a write and wipe activity, and it's got shapes. Whoops, there it goes. It's got shapes and letters in it that you can practice motor skills, and you can practice letter formation. Beginning sounds is in here. As you can see, we've done it recently, and I haven't erased it. It also has numbers in here. So this is just a fun, different way that she practices her writing, and we'll do that on occasion. I also have this resource. This is a Melissa and Doug alphabet activity pad, and I still have it in cellophane because I know the minute I open it, that'll be the end of it. But it's got stickers here, so these are I think there's 3 or 4 stickers per letter, and then you have the letter practice page. This is like a coloring page with a poem, and then the stickers, these stickers over here go on these pages here. And I love it because it's a good sized page, so it's a little bit different than just your 8.5 by 11 standard work page. So, size always makes a difference, color makes a difference, any kind of motor skill that you can get involved. So in this case, it's gonna be stickers. Then that kind of differentiates the learning a little bit and keeps the kiddos engaged. So we're excited. We'll use these a couple of times a week. And for sure, when I'm doing it, we'll have a letter a week. So if we're doing letter P, then she would do the letter P page in here. I wouldn't just open it up and say, "Hey, here, find something and keep yourself busy." It really will be planned I'll do lesson plans, and so I will know on what days of the week and which pages we're going to be pulling out of here, okay? Along with writing, I guess I'll show you this one next. This is the Explode the Code, and this is Get Ready for the Code. And I went ahead and only bought letter A book. They have A, B, and C, which is like preschool level Get Ready for the Explode the Code books, which start with book 1. I believe it's like 1, 1.5, 2, or something like that. Anyway, and then I went ahead and I got the teacher's manual. Now, if you have followed on my channel a lot, then you know that I've been teaching preschool for many years, so I am very well versed in how to teach the alphabet. However, that being said, it is always nice to get some fresh new ideas of how to teach any given letter. And this resource is really great because it does come with full complete lesson plans. So if you have never taught the alphabet, you're feeling very nervous, or, you know, I don't know what I'm doing because I've never taught before, this is a really awesome resource to grab for your student because it gives you really great specific examples. So this is introducing the letter S. It tells you what to read. And then this is the part I was going to show you here. It'll give you examples because sometimes I'm telling you, like I said, I've taught preschool for many years, and I'll have all my little preschool kiddos in front of me, and I'm like, okay, what begins with the letter S? And like your brain goes blank, and all you can think about is like really difficult words or something, and you're like, no, I can't think of anything. So this is fun because it says something like, I'm thinking of something that is good to eat, especially for lunch. It is easy to take on a picnic. So it's a really great way to present the phonics sound differently. It gets your kids thinking instead of like, what starts with S? Socks, you know? So anyway, it's just kind of a fun, fresh ideas for someone like myself who has taught the alphabet multiple times. You want to have a fresh perspective. And if you've never taught the alphabet before, I would encourage you to check this out because it's great. So anyway, I went ahead and I only got the A book. I just want to see how it works. It is handwriting, and then it's just kind of the same phonic idea where, you know, we're practicing the letter, we're practicing the letter sound, and all that kind of stuff, okay? All right. I also have these books here. Now, I have done look in the books for both the reading and the spell and write. These are Evan Moor products, and both of them I'm super duper excited to use. They're both of the alphabet. So the reading is only consonants. It doesn't go through any of the vowels. And then the spell and write is going to have the vowels in there. So obviously, as you can see, I have lots of different materials that I'm going to be using with her. So I'm not too concerned that this doesn't have vowels because it's not my only resource that I'm using with her. But these are really fun, colorful pages. Check out that video. I'll link it in the eye in the sky. But I have those as well for her. Okay, and then the next thing that we're going to be doing throughout the year is going to be 5 in a row. I really am excited to get back to using this. We haven't used it for a couple of years as my son just kind of got older. We kind of grew out of it. I won't be doing this every single week. I have a few books. Let me show you the books that I have here. So I've got Cranberry Thanksgiving, Katie and the Big Snow. We actually might not do this one because we've done this one pretty extensively for the last 2 years in my preschool classes, which my daughter was a part of. So we might actually skip this one because we've done this one a lot. Anyway, I have How to Make an Apple Pie and See the World. Really excited about that. The Clown of God, which I just barely acquired this book, so I'm excited to use that. Mike Mulligan and the Steam Shovel. And then I also have several, my local library has a couple more of these books. Now, I can't get my hands on all of these books unless I purchase them. So that's kind of what I've been doing. I kind of collected them over the years. Some of you may want to ask, well, where did you get them? Most of them I found on Scholastic. Again, I've looked on Scholastic before, but then I also, like Cranberry Thanksgiving, I think I found on Amazon or something like that because that was one that I really wanted. Anyway, 5 in a row. If you don't know this curriculum, this is a literature-based curriculum where you read one story 5 days in a row. So each day of the school week, you read one story. And then the lesson manual will give you examples of activities that you can do that cover a wide variety. I was going to say array and variety at the same time. A wide variety of subjects. So you'll get geography, math, language arts, poetry, art, all that kind of encompass the one story that you're reading each day of the week. So it's kind of fun. Plus the internet is filled with creative, talented people who have been doing 5 in a row for a long time and have shared their ideas and pictures with examples of what they've done for various stories. So I would really encourage you into looking into this resource. I believe that there are 3 volumes. I only have volume 1, but they do have 3 volumes, and I wish that I had counted before, but I didn't. But they've got a whole slew of books. Let me just show you just quickly, if you can, you can pause the video if this interests you and you want to see these kind of books. For me, if it has a dot, it's at my library. If it's a check mark, then I own it, just so that I can kind of keep track of what I've got going on there. So I'm excited to do this with her this coming year, and I'm sure that my 2nd grader will kind of jump in because he likes to jump in, and I'm fine with that. Okay, now all of that is all language arts. I am trying to front load reading so that in our next year, we'll actually probably towards the end of the year, we'll really be able to focus on getting those beginning sounds going, and she can start being more comfortable reading words, right? And having sight words and all that kind of stuff. We'll probably jump into that now in the middle of the school year. So this is obviously not a comprehensive list of everything that I'm going to be using. If you have followed me at all in the past, then you know that my curriculum is ever changing. But this is kind of what we're going to be starting off with, and most of it I suspect we'll be using throughout the rest of the year, okay? So after I've collected all of that, then I had this like, oh my gosh, what are we gonna do for math? Like, I have to teach math because those are some foundational skills that I don't wanna hand her a kindergarten book and be like, here you go, and she's gonna freak out. So I went ahead and I got these 2 resources from Moor. I purchased both of them, and one of them I went ahead and got the at-home tutor. The second one was another skills sharpener. If you haven't looked into these skills sharpeners books before, I highly recommend them. Again, I've done a couple of look in the books for the skills sharpener sets, so they've got them for multiple subjects and some even more that I'm going to probably be picking up because I've really, really enjoyed them. Anyway, so both of these are just kind of your standard preschool level math concepts. We've got some money here that we're going to be looking into, patterns. They're all color coded, so that's what you're noticing. The green pages all go into 1 week. The blue pages here, or is that purple, 1 week. But anyway, so it's fully colored, practicing. And then this is kind of more of the same, just some math practice. It starts very simple with handwriting, and then, what's the missing number there? When you get towards the end, we're working at larger numbers, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then at the very end, we're going to be doing subtraction, addition, and the clock. So I really think that this is going to be a fun. We probably won't do 1 page per day. I might, go back and forth or something. Again, I haven't totally nailed down how we're going to do the school year with that just yet. Okay? One more page that I'm going to show you because I had told you I did have 1 resource for science. This is something that I picked up many years ago, and I pulled it out, dusted it off, and realized, oh yeah, this was a really fun book that we had for my son when he started his kindergarten year. But I think it's really adaptable to preschool level, that junior kindergarten. So I'm planning on pulling out some of these activities when it complements subjects that my son is doing, because this really does have a lot of subjects that my son is doing. I did do a look in the book for this several years ago, so I will make sure and link that as well if you want to look further into this. This is an interactive notebook, Science Level K, and it's made by Carson DeLosa. So I'll make sure and link that in the Eye in the Sky as well, so you can look into that, look in the book if you want to look more into that. But for time, I'm not going to do any more flip throughs now that we're at the end. Anyway, so that's what I've kind of started, collected, and gotten ready. So the next step is going to be to thumb through all of this material and actually make the lesson plans that are going to come through in the coming weeks. So like, what weeks am I going to do which letter is going to be which activities, and then I have to figure out how I'm going to organize it all. In my son's pre-K year, or K4 year, I did work boxes, so I may go back to work boxes. Right now, my son is doing like a file folder system. So anyway, lots of things that I still need to iron out, but I promise I'll keep you updated as I figure those things out and we get everything kind of set and ready for our upcoming school year. Anyway, hopefully you found some resources here and there that you found useful. Again, if there is not a look in the book for something that you're really interested in and you can't find anything online, let me know, leave a comment below, and I will be happy to create some kind of look in the book video for you so that you can see what it is that you're buying. Because again, I'm really passionate about making sure that you're finding the resources that are most helpful, and it's kind of hard to make those decisions when you can't see what's inside. So anyway, thanks for watching this video, and I'm excited to share with you our pre-K or our K4 junior kindergarten journey. Make sure if you have not subscribed, I invite you to do so because I do our Homeschool Life series, and this will be no different, except next year I will have an Our Homeschool Life for first grade and then a separate video for K4 so that those of you who are interested in one subject or grade level or the other, then you won't have to, be boggled down with all of the content from the grade level you're not interested in. Anyway, now I'm rambling, but I will be happy to have you along if you haven't subscribed yet. So anyway, thanks so much, guys, and we'll catch you in another video.